Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL Highlander Season 15 Week 2 match between Team Fun and Squirtyay. I am Zygron, joined by Vox Day, back for a cast once again, and Dolphin behind the camera as always. Vox, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. It has been a little while, but I'm ready to jump right into the swing of things and see hopefully an awesome game on a new map for me. But it looks like it looks pretty fun. It looks pretty interesting.
Yep, and this will be Koth Proot. We got a new version coming in for the new season B5B. Looks mainly the same, a couple geometry changes mainly on the flank side, but overall the same Proot that we've come to know over the past year or so since we started plugging it. So, yeah, definitely going to be a match that's going to be high octane. It's the first the first Koth cast of the season. We had stopwatch last week, and both these teams looking to add some points to their repertoire because it's going to be a competitive playoff run towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I was doing a little digging, checking out the two teams, seeing a little bit about what happened last week, and well, I mean, yes, last week was stopwatch a little bit different, but Team Fun pretty much dominated. It looks like MST on Vigil, and from what I could see, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of these players, these are the players that have kind of made up the teams that have won invite over the past couple of seasons. So I think they definitely seem like the team to beat coming into this one for Team Fun.
Yep, and we can go ahead and run down the rosters real quick. On Team Fun, going to be a lot of similar faces from last season, but some class swaps going on. It's going to be Logan on Scout, Joey Lemons on Soldier, X Hunter on Pyro. Apparently, Sin Karma's coming in as their demo man. Honesty on Heavy, Hyphen on Engineer, Casper on Medic, Lenny on Sniper, and Demento on Spy once again.
Yeah, and for Squirtyay, we've got Yate on Scout, Jerry on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, Townsy on Demo, Jack X232 on Heavy, Pickles on NG, Ray on Medic, Arbiter on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy.
Yeah, and we did see Square A play last week. Unfortunately, they did take that 0-2 loss on Vigil to, I believe it was Fast Fourth. So they're coming in with 0 match points. They want to get on the board. Team Fun, though, they did get that 2-0, like you mentioned. So a bit of a discrepancy in points between these two teams, but both these teams definitely shooting for playoffs. Team Fun likely shooting for a repeat championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Koth is always a decent spot to try to get yourself some match points, even if you don't, even if you're a Squirtyay and you're not necessarily, of course, you always got to go in expecting you're going to win the match. But at the very least, taking a couple rounds, gaining yourself some match points against a really strong team here, it could really go a long way. So you got to play every round. You can't just, fold or give in because you're already down 2-0 or anything like that. Every round counts. And so you got to kind of, be a goldfish and play each round like it's a brand new one.
Yep, and we do have some. The reason why we've decided on this match in particular is because there wasn't a very much closer mid-table matchup to start out with. And additionally, we have some insider Dolphin information that in scrims, both these teams had similar results against Fast Fourth, which would, kind of imply transitive property type thing where they should be closer than on paper. So hopefully Squirtyay is able to come out and really contest the defending champions, do a lot of work on a map that is newer in the rotation. There's a lot more strategy, a lot more surprises you can bring out here. And if they are able to, start racking up those rounds, it'll be a good showing for, them, especially coming towards the end of the season.
Absolutely. And some teams are built more for, the fast-paced gameplay of a Koth map versus something that's a little bit more more strategic. I don't want to say Koth isn't strategic, but obviously it's a different beast playing stopwatch. So coming out here, maybe Squirtyay, that's what they are. That they're more of a DM heavy team, and they'll come out here and, I don't know, like you said, have a couple of strats, something in their back pocket, and maybe surprise Team Fun and smack them in the mouth in the first couple rounds.
Yep, and while we do wait on the last few players to join the server, I do want to quickly mention the Chuckle Nuts Cup, which is coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, June 17th and 18th. Registration did end yesterday, so hopefully you got in on time. It's going to be a No Restriction Sixes Cup hosted by the Chuckle Nuts YouTuber group. No Restriction Six, once again, first match going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. New players and competitive players both going to be in on this one. Different leagues, players going to be able to play, kind of however they want to get that win. So once again, this weekend upcoming, you won't want to miss it. We'll be casting it live on the RGL Twitch channel.
Love it. I'll have to check it out. Absolutely. I mean, those newbie cups are, I don't know, new, like you said, veterans are welcome too, but like these kind of cups, they're always great for people to kind of get their sea legs in. I think it's easy to take for granted. I mean, being a part of the TF2 scene for like a decade, how straightforward competitive seems to be, but having those opportunities for newer players to check out the competitive scene, it's always fun to watch, and it's a great opportunity.
Yep, and we also have merch on the RGL store, shop.rgl.gg. You can check it out. We do have a bunch of really cool designs made by our in-house RGL graphics team. A lot of nice shirts, hoodies, stickers, posters, I believe, and just a lot of really cool designs here. A lot of them are kind of ambiguous. They don't scream, I'm a video game playing nerd, right? But it's the type of thing where if you see it, you'll know. And a lot of the designs are like really nice. The sunshine one is one of my favorites. And I think the South Korea TF2 flag is also very unique as well. So definitely a lot of cool designs. Check them out. And that Jay shirt and hoodie as well. Proceeds from that directly go to supporting the players. So if you like Jay, you like seeing him play Team Fortress 2, you can give him a share of that pie.
Yeah, it's as much as it would be great to walk around with like I'm a gamer t-shirts. The subtle designs, the kind of nod to someone that might wear one. It's nice to have the option to scream gamer or go with something a little bit more subtle, like that frog design. I think I could see just like wearing around just because it looks legit.
And that frog has some origin on Proot as well, where we have a spot called Frog Spot. And it was a very contentious spot, for those who aren't aware, in early testing, because snipers could stand up there, and it was really annoying to displace them, and it had the best sightline on the map. So they put a bucket over his head, they deleted the jump up that snipers could get onto it easily. So yeah, that's Frog Spot. He has a bucket now.
As a former sniper main, it breaks my heart. It's not like it's already an extremely overpowered class. I think you need unlimited sight lines to just like cheese a couple of drops per game.
And we're used to seeing those medics get those body shot drops at this point in Invite Highlander. But we do have 17 in the server. So, Vox, you mentioned, looking at the teams a bit, checking them out, seeing what you think they're capable of. Any players you're looking at here to kind of pop off here tonight?
Well, I think taking a look at this map and watching a little bit of some of a pregame scrim, obviously a lot of the fight ends up going on the flank, but I wanted to kind of take a look at the soldiers because it does play a little bit different than some of the Koth maps that I'm used to. And yeah, soldiers can have a good impact on, let's say, something like product, but I kind of watching to see how the soldiers were playing in the scrims. I think you have a really good opportunity to hopefully disrupt some of the play that happens over on flank. And I guess rather than watching the flank on the map, watching the flank on the teams, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and specifically with the soldiers, I do want to mention last season, Demento was the soldier for Team Fun. We saw him on Proot, I believe, twice, and he had a very good grasp how to play the map, where he would find good timings to jump on the enemy hut on mid and just spam rockets down. Sometimes he'd do it off mid, sometimes he'd do it off of a flank rollout to delay the timing. But if that soldier can get up there and take all that space, it is devastating to the opposing combo playing beneath him. This season, it's Joey Lemons moving over from the demo man position onto soldier, so we'll see if Demento's kind of relate any of these tips and tricks of the trade. I'm sure Joey Lemons can be fine on it, switching explosive classes. Those players can easily swap to and from. But yeah, he's going to be looking to have as much impact or more as we saw Demento have on this map last season.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see taking a look a little bit at the Team Fun roster, maybe in some of the changes. Is that potentially helpful for them? Is it just like some of these players got a little tired of and want to switch things up? And I mean, Demento, of course, I know him more so as a spy main than anything else. So is it just going back to a level of comfort and or switching things up? I don't know. It could give some opportunity for Squirtyay while maybe Joey Lemons is getting himself more acquainted as the soldier for this team. Maybe this is an opportunity to exploit some growing pains or something like that. So trying to just set a little bit of a stage or a storyline for Squirtyay to come out here and show us what they got. I really never like to make it a foregone conclusion that okay, the better team on paper is going to come out and steal the show.
Yeah, majority of the chat would disagree with you on that front, though, as predictions are in. That's actually closer than I thought they'd be. 2.82 to 2.59. That's reasonably close. 0.23 differential between them, and a lot of faith that Squirtyay can come out and take at least 2 rounds right now. And I do want to say it's possible. Like we mentioned, the scrim results kind of put these teams on like even wavelengths, even if it was only playing against a common opponent, because obviously they wouldn't be scrimming each other. But yeah, we've seen a lot of these Square A players come out really strong on the more DM side of things. Townsy's a player who, we've kind of built up over the past season on cast with me Alto as like this demo man who's finally broken into the upper echelons of Invite. And Sin Karma is going to be no, slouch in the DM category. Ever since I first saw him come into Highlander, he was always described to me when like he was even like a candidate for our team one time when I think Logan left, but he was always described as just like a DM maniac, where like he could just come in and blow up everything on the server. He'd walk into mini sentries and sniper sightlines and die because he's a Sixes player, and that's what they do. But if you give him space, he can destroy everything. And Townsy, a lot more of that quintessential Highlander element at this point. So I want to see how they match up on Prude.
Definitely. And again, while I was watching a little bit of that pregame, of course Koth always ends up a little bit of a clown fiesta when it comes to the bombs, comes to the medics and everything like that. And I really do think that it's going to be important as a medic to of course you can never really play a perfect game on Koth unless you're completely dominating or completely overmatching the other team, but those advantages play really, really strong. I mean, a 20% ad, if you're not careful, can, you've really got to make sure with your team that you're protecting medic, or if you're as the medic that you're ready to back out, go in at any moment. It's a position that gets a lot of hate whenever you're not doing well. People are quick to jump on the medic, but you don't get a lot of praise when you are kind of like on top of your game too. So I don't know, maybe a sneaky pick to take a look at the medics. They're not completely helpless back there. They have their own decisions to make, and hopefully they make some solid decisions, but some mistakes get exploited by the other classes.
Yep, and we'll be getting started here. All 18 in the server. Only 5 minutes later, normal Highlander start time, 9:50 Eastern on the dot. And we're going to be rolling out here. Team Fun on blue, Squirtyay on red. We'll see how the mid goes.
Yeah, so far, not too much damage being traded out either way. Both demos getting there roughly the same time. As Arbiter goes down, so sniper advantage already as the first bomb comes in. Joey Lemons is behind him.
No one's looking at him. He's getting so much damage. 5 rocket shots from Joey, and a pipe from Sin Karma over the top. Gonna clean him out. The explosive class is doing everything on that mid. Joey comes in for a rebomb, takes down Jerry at the end, and that's a 7 for 2. Instant mid-fight win from Team Fun. That's kind of to the tune of what I was expecting, When the defending champions come into a map where they were very good on last season, and they have a bunch like the same roster with some side grades, if not upgrades, I feel like you can expect some domination coming out of the gate.
Yeah, and any thoughts about maybe Joe's got to grow into the position just immediately, showing his value on this map. So I mean, a solid take now for Team Fun. They've got full ad. Ray's going to be sitting there building for a little bit. So, I mean, they have an opportunity to dive in and maybe see if they can get a force. And with Sin Karma,
some stickies on the point, some traps laid behind him by Townsend. Without that demo man, Ubering through is going to have to be a solo onto the scout, which he does get popped out right now. Joey gets a flash in deep, goes in, air blasted further into the medic. 1 HP. Can he get the rocket? He does, but Ray dodges it. Just piped down by Townsend. Ray going to live at 10 HP, stay alive, get that 80% Uber charge, and now Squirty going to be able to walk back out.
Yeah, Demento was going in for the stab on the demo, but I think the Spycicle got melted away. With that 100% ad, you got to keep some of these players alive, and well, Demo's going to be moving forward. That's Townsy, although they lose their heavy.
Pyro going to force the Uber. Hunter just gets that down on the point. They're going to jump on and try to chase the cliff. A lot of damage going down, but no real cleanup coming through. Going to be Yate getting that kill onto Joey, and Arbiter winning an SBS against Lenny to solidify them. Casper didn't really get that much charge in that either, so Uber's going to be about even.
Yeah, it was a good cleanup towards the end. It didn't look like Squirtyay were going to get too much, but then a couple picks started to fall. And yeah, like you said, Casper already behind on the Uber charge, so not a bad position now for Squirtyay. Maybe tick down the clock, try to get it down to about a minute and a half or so before anything really major happens.
Yep, Lenny looking for that opening pick, gonna walk onto the flank as Sin Karma walking left point. Pajaro getting in his face with the revolver, gonna dead ringer in on behind. They're gonna go cliffside, try to drop down on the point. Bomb in from Jerry gets the kill onto Lenny, so no sniper coming in for the side of Team Fun. Bomb from Joey not gonna bear fruit, but on the flank side, hit scan gonna pay dividends. Jerry and Pajaro going down to Logan and Hyphen.
Yeah, there goes Joey actually getting picked up by Jack. And so far what I'm noticing too, a lot of the play is mostly happening on point, going up the ramp right onto mid. Not much coming up on the flanks right now, so that's open. But actually Ubers start to get traded on mid. Lenny picks up Arbiter, and you know, it's just mostly a stalemate. No one getting really any ground. But this is where the post-Uber fight.
Pipes. In the meantime, Jacob comes in the backlines, gets a 2K onto Ray and Townsy. That chain stab is going to instantly win the fight for his team. Sack's coming in, but not enough damage coming down onto Casper. Casper going to be able to easily stay alive, and Demento, his return to Spy is big already with that 2K.
Yeah, that is a huge pick to find. I mean, it really looked like it was going to be a bit of a stalemate, and that Team Fun was going to have to find a way to push in. They find those couple of picks, they grab the point, try to bring themselves into both time advantage, and now they're sitting on quite a hefty Uber advantage at that too.
Yeah, Team Fun, they want to try and regress immediately. There's an immediate bomb onto Arbiter. Arbiter dodges one rocket, but it's not going to be enough. Joey Lemon's going to take him down. Lenny uncontested, then gets the snipe onto Yate. 7-man only right now for Squirtyay. Going to have to wait for some spawners. They don't have Uber, and Casper are going to come up on 100% right now. So they need players. They need to do something. They need to catch Joey. Joey, 1 HP on the cliff. Reflected will end up cratering. So that is a man ad coming in favor of Squirtyay. It's still 50% dis ad, though. They need to get this force.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this is a tough position a little bit for Ray. Yes, there are
Jacob,
bodies
1,
to protect.
2, another chain stab on the flank.
Gosh.
Just destroying them. They do get the force out. Ray gonna try to escape right now through lower. Will be out safely. Jacob, the only one with any chase. He might try to go for the decloak, but he is being hunted down, so Ray gonna be safe.
Yeah, here comes the reaggress. I mean, on point right now is Townsy pushing forward. Ray though gets tagged even lower. Here comes Joey. Oh,
Joey
wow.
Does a ton of damage to Ray. Can't quite get that kill. So now Ray up on 100% Uber. They do get forced. Good jump by Sin Karma to actually get that one down. Casper already long gone. Going to be backing up into spawn with 55%. So we're going to get the recap. It's a minute disadvantage on the timer, and 50% Uber decide, meaning that Team Fun is in the driver's seat right now for the match.
Absolutely. I think this is gonna aggressive positions right now actually for Squirtyay, so maybe they're feeling that exact thing. Maybe try to pick something for Casper. Yeah. Well, Jerry's in that sniper spot right now, right in the frog bucket spot, maybe to get something cheeky. Oh, bomb comes in. And nothing to
Can't find it. Yeah, not even any damage coming through. Hunter, good deny on the reflect coming through. Townsy caught out though. I think he ate a headshot followed by a body. He's just gonna die immediately, and no stickies means that no one can stop this point from going over. Damage coming down onto the defensive players. Figsy, 1 HP. Gonna be able to cut around for a bit, avoid that demo man, but does end up going down. Pickles as well, cleaned up by the pistol. Arbiter is up though, staring down this heavy, takes him down with Logan dead. They can reaggress. Hunter doing a ton of work on the point though. That fire damage gonna be reducing the healing. Joey now, his time to shine. Goes on top of that, hits the scout for a direct rocket, but ends up dying. Ray sniped down by Lenny.
Yeah, that is huge. Ray was about to have that Uber. Well, they're actually going to grab the point anyway, although Casper has pretty huge ad, but 30 seconds left. There's time to get this Uber and push for Team Fun, so one good push will do it. I'm surprised that Squirtyay came down with it, even after Ray goes down to that headshot.
They had a bunch of kills, so they were always going to win that, but Ray going down could be the round-losing moment. Without that Uber, it's going to be so hard to defend against the full-force Team Fun. There's the bomb from Joey Lemons over the top. Gets Wrangler, takes a lot of damage, has to abort the bomb, and he goes down, actually, so numbers advantage. Townsy, though, dead to Sin Karma. That's a big pick to go in. Jack is doing a lot of damage on the flank with that Tomislav, and we're into the worst time pause I think I've seen this season, but that's not really a high bar.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, the thing that is at least good is that I don't think it really spoils anything. Sometimes you get a pause and it's like, okay, so you know exactly what's going to happen.
This is an in-between round pause, so it means that in the next round something happens. Apparently Dolphins are reporting it's a game crash, so we still don't know who could win this. Something interesting right now. The Uber is in. It's a solo onto Logan right now. It's likely going to kill Figsy and Ray too. Ray's only on 30 HP. On the quick fix, actually, which is a nice thing to do when you can't get Uber fast fight. However, we do see Sin Karma's gonna die for sure on the point. He has 2 hit scan classes pointed at him, 90 HP. He will die. He can't get a flash in time. Jack is over here on the flank with no HP on heavy, but there's no one contesting him. If he can eat a sandwich and get back in time, he could actually make a difference in this post, because remember, spawners are in favor of Team Fun right now. They don't have the point, but they need to make sure they can keep the overtime up. And if Sin Karma explodes here to these hitscan classes, points going to start going back.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a precarious spot right now for Squirtyay. So many low health players that, you know, depending on what happens, as soon as we unpause, all the frags could go the way of For Fun. But I think that you painted a pretty good picture of exactly the way that Squirtyay could find the way. Karma goes down, Jack finds his way onto the point. I mean, Demento is still a potential snake in the grass, just chilling there.
He's already decloaking the revolver. Figsy and Ray are dead, both guaranteed. They're both guaranteed dead.
Yes. So there is a path for them, you know, that Uber fades, run onto the point, but I don't know. We'll see exactly how this shakes out. But like I said, I mean, of all pretty bad pause timing, but we don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, let's find out.
Ray actually kites out. The focus comes down, and then Sin Karma gets a flash in time. I guess the hit scan must have missed their shots. That's a really bad one. And he's gonna stay alive and get a 4K. I can't believe he lived there. An engineer and a spy both aiming you down with 90 HP, and you live. That's gonna immediately just end the round. He gets a 4K on the cleanup, and round 1 goes in favor of Team Fun.
I can't believe you didn't predict that. I can't believe you didn't predict that Casper was just going to turn around, give the flash. I mean, I had that on my bingo card. I just didn't want to give it away.
One revolver shot should kill him. They just missed.
Well, either way, I mean, a close round, and for Squirtyay, that's something to build off of. Mid so far, again, pretty much the same thing. Not too much early. Joey's going in. He had a huge mid last one.
They saw him this time.
Denied, yeah.
And Jacob gets seen as well. He's going to go down. Pajaro on the other side, though. Successful decloak gets Sin Karma and Hunter. So 2 combo picks coming from Pajaro. And all of a sudden, this is mid has just flipped the script. They're getting all the kills they need. Lenny burned down by Figsy. Hyphen chased down by Pickles. And that's going to be easy mid-fight win coming in for the side of Squirtyay.
Yep, and Ubers are just about even, so both medics surviving in this one, so not a bad spot if you're Team Fun. You're gonna just try to find your way over back onto the point, maybe find a pick or two. They do have their sniper back up, so if Lenny can find something, or they can
Ray's low. Ray's only 40 HP, and they're gonna Uber early. Joey Lemons does get backstabbed again, though, so that's gonna be some moving forward, gonna be coming through. But Towndy 2 deep, cleaned up by Logan on that scout. Logan on a 2K, gonna be able to chase down these kills. Pickles goes down with the help of Sin Karma, and enough kills have gone in their favor that easy retake comes through for Team Fun.
And Jerry actually with an amazing play, just a last-ditch effort, jumps in, manages to pick up Casper with like a rocket as he's getting sniped out of the air. So Casper goes down, Ray's gonna have advantage, and just a neat little play by the soldier there.
Yep, and we see Arbiter lining up on these stairs looking for an angle. Yate gonna take control of the point with the 185 buff. Jacob is in with the Joey bomb, but knife melted. Joey can't get in either. Kills coming through in favor of both sides. Now 7v7 on the point. Joey, Skybox taken down by Jack on the flank. Sin Karma trying to walk up, get some space, but Yate is full HP and a menace on this point. And with Arbiter taking down Sin Karma there, it's an easy flip back in favor of Squirtyay.
Yeah, a lot of players down on Team Fun. The time just about even. I mean, Squirtyay are definitely playing this round much more solid than the last one. I mean, of course, it went down to the wire, but very back and forth right now in the beginning, which is a good sign for them. 100% Uber on Ray, just kind of chilling with it.
Lenny
and
has
hopefully...
an angle. Ray needs to be really careful about this P. Lenny will end up going other side of the point. Spy again. Jacob's max melted 3 times this round. Great surf from Ray to get out of dodge there. Joey rebound. Oh! Didn't want to pop. Thought the dispenser would be enough cover, but Joey finds that drop. It was such a good surf to start out with, but someone has to take that soldier down at some point. Otherwise, Joey will find that drop.
Yeah, and well, point is going to go in the favor of Team Fun. 100% for Casper. Bombs just kind of coming in, sack wave kind of thing, and so nothing really going to be found. Good defense there for from Team Fun. But now, I mean, you just got to start back with the builds. I don't know. I would kind of like to see something aggressive from Team Fun here. I mean, obviously, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I don't know. I'd like to see them switch it up a little bit. You can get aggressive on the flank, maybe bring your medic in there and hope for some kind of wipe. Lead the scout, and actually they do get the Uber force, and they're going to go in and see what they can grab. Power goes down, and looks like that's about it.
Yeah, the spy in exchange for the Uber, you'll take that trade any day of the week. Ray safely out with Her team going to be charging up that Uber up to 75%. Now Townsy going to be looking to walk forward. Takes in Karma. So nice. Slipped out of the air by Arbiter. That's a 1-2 punch right there. Joey goes down. Jacob gets a 2K in return, including onto Arbiter, but likely without a Devilman, it's going to be really hard for them to post up here, and the cap does go in favor of Squirtyay. 100% Uber, and they might want to go on this. Lenny caught out too far forward, will end up going down, but his scan does big work. Logan on a 6K, taking down a scout opposition after that one, and even with Uber, they just lose all their players.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly looking at the position of Squirtyay there, so I don't know if it was just a spot where Ray should have popped and flashed everyone just to stay alive, or were they really in that bad of a spot that they just decided to tuck tail and run back? But either way, I mean, now Ubers are even and the point is held by Team Fun, so they're in a really good spot now that the time's ticking under a minute until this second round comes to a close.
Figsy eats a headshot, needs some heals before she can be useful on the point. A lot of damage coming down onto these contesting classes. Yate has to go back for a pack. They are going to be able to walk forward onto it. Joey Lemon's picked off on the flank by Jax. He's been doing a great job this game. There's Jacob in, takes down that sniper. Arbiter is dead. Lenny now uncontested. Uber comes in for the side of Squirtyay, counter out from Fun. Even flash is coming through, but the timer is going to be in favor of Team Fun here. Sin Karma forces that jump out of Townsy. Jack on the flank, fighting, takes down Hyphen, still fighting onto Logan, but Logan will get his 10th kill of the life, gets that cleanup. Jacob though back in on Townsy, and that backstab is huge.
Yeah, this is really solid from Team Fun. I thought maybe they could have tried to hold the Uber for a little bit longer, but I think it's just smart play with the fact that the point was halfway capped already. You just want to play a little bit of defense, and it works out perfectly for them. And like you said, Logan on just a great kill streak, 13 kills for him. Demento now on 6. This, although it started a little bit more back and forth, it's definitely gone the way of Team Fun. Last ditch effort comes down with the cap. They've got like perfect TF2 now though for a minute.
It's definitely possible. Ubers have gone back to even, so Squirtyay will have it up in time. Logan gets his 14th kill. He'll be having those glowing eyes in just one more from that professional kill streak. You don't see that every day, but yeah, he's been dominating. Both meds up to 100% Uber. One fight for Squirtyay, if they're able to hold it and keep players alive, that's what they need to make this match even.
Yeah, Pajaro's gonna go down. Not too much.
Spy. He gets a flash just in time.
Yeah, that's
on point.
That's pretty solid from Ray, just making sure everyone stays alive. Hunter goes down. I mean, not too many players down on either side. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, I bet it going down. That'll...
Lenny posted up, gonna get a 3K, make it a 4K to clean up the round. That's gonna be the 2-0 in favor of Team Fun. I expected the scoreline, but honestly, it's closer than I thought it would be. I think that Squirtyay have had a very good avenue into both these rounds, but really critical mistakes have cost them at the worst times.
Yeah, it's a really tough pill to swallow because, again, like, there are opportunities on Koth to get your match points and take a round or two, but at the end of the day, if you play 4 really close rounds but you can't take any of them, of course the scoreboard is just going to show a 4-0 and you know the match points are go in favor. You don't get partial credit on any of these rounds for bringing it down to the last second.
Yeah, if anything, the partial credit is for getting the rounds and not winning the match, but you gotta at least do that. Logs up on his screen. Lenny, 18 and 5, 500 DPM. He's just dominating. He's so uncontested in so many of these fights. I'm gonna check the SVS for it in just a second, but yeah, like looking at this, Townsy's actually out damaging Sin Karma right now, which I thought is possible. You know, Townsy again, that quintessential Highlander Devilman right now, but it's not enough for Devilman to just be doing a ton of damage. You need the cleanup, you need other players to be doing things. And I'm personally looking at Jerry, who's had a really lackluster game. It feels like every time we've seen Joey jumping in doing a lot of damage, like Jerry has more damage than him, right? But it just feels like Jerry's impact has been negligible.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair statement. I mean, from the get-go, we saw Joey just like come out and make a statement, coming across mid and finding a way to take down Ray and just open up the match that way. So yeah, even if the damage can come from anywhere, just spamming rockets from afar, but Joey has definitely been way more impactful. And the logs do look relatively one-sided. I mean, you've got Lenny and Logan and Demento kind of leading the charge there and finding those picks. And I mean, it's really tough. A tough way back into it if you're Squirtyay, the fact that the pick classes are kind of going off, and for you, Pajaro and Arbiter, like, they're doing okay, but when Lenny has twice your amount of frags, it's a hard place to be unless someone else is really stepping in. I mean, Lenny only died 5 times, so if you got 18 frags, but you know your spy was taking him down over and over, you could live with that. But 18 and 5 is a great score line as a sniper. You're going to bed happy with that.
Yeah, and the SVS is 6-2 right now in favor of Lenny. So, you know, dominating 75% of those SVS wins, just putting Arbiter down most of the time when he sees them. And Logan, 17 kills, 14 was in that second half. So that means they won that first half, that first round rather, with him only getting 3 kills.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why the first round kind of ended up a lot closer. I mean, Logan really did kind of go off at the end, and like I said, I mean, it seemed like the second round, Squirtyay had a chance to just kind of like take it and maybe run with it a little bit, even things up. But then towards the end, we really saw Lenny and Logan and everyone kind of step up, and at that point, it seemed like their fate was sealed. I mean, definitely when you're the team with the disadvantage, you got to hope that their star players are not necessarily on their game or doing their best, but you're staring down the barrel of some pretty hot players right now.
Yep, and before we do get into the next half, I do want to go ahead and plug once again the Choconuts Cup coming up this weekend, June 17th, June 18th, Saturday and Sunday. No Restriction Sixes Cup hosted by the Choconuts YouTuber group. Being again, no restriction sixes format starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Both new and veteran players are going to be playing in their respective leagues. We will be streaming it on the RGL Twitch channel this upcoming weekend, so mark that down on your calendars. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah, and also, like we said, don't forget to check out the merch. Links get dropped in the chat ever so often. Shop.rgl.gg. Pick up a t-shirt, pick up a hoodie. Like we said before, I mean, these are some pretty nice designs that don't scream gamer. Just pretty cool streetwear, something like that. So pick something up, support players. If you pick up one of the J or the South Korea t-shirts, it'll go to support the players that designed those things. So support the players, support yourself, and support Team Fortress 2. Why not? I mean, the game is older than a lot of people probably playing and watching right now.
At this point, yeah. That said, a lot of us old heads are still around. And getting back into the game, I do want to zoom out real quick because, again, 2-0 in favor of Team Fun, but Squirtyay had avenues into both rounds. In the first round, they took the point back with a minute left. Ray had Uber ad, but then got sniped by Lenny, and that just puts a cap on that round. Second round comes in, they only had 30 seconds left on their timer. Ray had that drop to Joey Lemons, which is really just either unlucky or not Ray's fault, because Ray hit a really great surf to get over to the stair side, but the pack wasn't there. She couldn't pick up the health pack because it was someone already took it, and the fadeaway rocket from Joey did just enough, and he wasn't able to get taken out on his jump. And then even then after that, it still could have been won. But small, really critical moments are going in favor of Team Fun, and it's costing Squirtyay big. So I do have faith that they can win around here. You know, remember, a lot of people predicted that they could get at least 2. I think they had a foot in both those rounds. So we'll see if they can kind of clean up the mistakes, make good on that, and get some points here. Because, like we mentioned often, every single match point is critical as we are into the second half.
Yeah, and, well, Arbiter goes down right away. And we'll see Joey's over up top. Townsend Pajaro go down. Oh, but
66.
Still... Yeah, this is still an opportunity here for
but Lenny is
Squirtyay.
so threatening on this point. They do not want to peek him at all. We'll end up taking a sticky down about half HP, but capture done in favor of Team Fun. And now both meds on 75%. A very non-confrontational mid. Only 6 deaths out of 18 here.
Yeah, one thing I want to take a look at too is, like, you know, they were obviously very close rounds, but Ray had died 6 times compared to 2 for Casper. So I don't know, a little extra protection for Ray and keeping her alive. And Lenny goes down, not a bad pick to find. You know, might be an opportunity. Oh, Sin Karma goes down too. Point being contested now by Red.
Jacob gonna wait on the flank. One onto Jerry. Tries to look for the heavy, but can't quite get it. Joey does get shotgun down in the front lines. And Uber pop out to secure it. That's gonna be a battle for Uber though, because Casper still could not get that charge down, and that's gonna be Cap going back in favor of Squirtyay here. And even Uber. Oh no! That's too early. Lenny finds the fadeaway. Ray, you can't peek that side of the point when Lenny is not accounted for and thoroughly punished there. Now Casper gonna be up on a massive Uber at his Team Fun retake the point.
Ray runs out to lob a crossbow over to her heavy sitting on the flank side.
They're sucking in. Casper's only 40 HP, but does end up getting that sandwich from their medic, or from their heavy rather. and that's going to be Casper staying alive with that 50% Uber ad. Capture now back in favor of Team Fun. They're going to have about a 30-second lead before Squirtyay can even get back out here. Arbiter looking to try to open things up like Lenny does so often with these huge picks from that stairs peak, and he will find it onto Logan. That's a big one.
Yeah, here comes Joey bombing in again, and good contest that time. Jerry's going to take him down. Point is getting captured, but here comes the Uber. Oh, Red does grab it. So. Oh, yeah. You love to see it. Well, not a bad way to just grab a capture and make them use their Uber. Now Ray's sitting at a pretty nice ad, and you got a little bit of time. You saved yourself. So, I mean, some opportunity now for Squirtyay to finish building, jump back in, and maybe hold the point for a decent amount of time and try to even things up.
Yep, Arbiter hits Joey down to half, only to get an arrow from his medic, and there's Lenny just dominant in the SVS once again, takes him down, standing tall behind the point. They're going to walk forward. Townsy taken too low and shot down by Logan, getting that impact back in. Lenny still here, still uncontested, still getting headshots, takes down Pickles, and only 6 players left for Squirtyay. They just don't have the manpower to brute force the point.
Yeah, especially now that Uber ad is dwindling away. I mean, it's about to end.
Ray is alone, left alone. Pyro gets that solo force. Hunter recognizing his window there, and they are going to try to get whatever they can. They do kill Hunter, but that's about it, and Ray just caught out on the retreat. That's just disaster for Squirtyay.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that was their opportunity. They kind of let the ad slip away, and then finally Ray getting left alone. That's gonna seal the deal. I mean, the point has been very close to cap, but close, just not close enough. You gotta get it all the way there. And so for Team Fun, they're gonna hang on to it. Now they can kind of assume defensive positions for the last 30 seconds with a good ad and momentum completely in their favor.
Arbiter another opening onto Logan to get someone who's trying to jump up to the cliff. So he is finding some picks, but he needs to actually find a way to still have the SDS, because if you get one and then die, Lenny's just going to roll your team. And speaking of Lenny rolling your team, Big Z chases too deep for that pick and gets taken down.
Yeah, I mean, definitely need a little bit of a heat check on Lenny. Continues to dominate, grabs a shot onto the heavy. So point does get captured, but Squirtyay have no bodies left, so they're gonna get cleaned
destroying them. Ray reflect piped by Hunter of all things. That is some insult to injury, as now point capped up. Casper's 100% Uber. The round is very much over.
Yeah, here comes Townsy. Just, he's a little bit of stat padding for blue at the end there, landing 28 points in that round. Just absolutely dominating the game now. And I don't know, this is a scary prospect now if you're Squirtyay. Lenny already had a really solid first half, and now he's continuing and maybe even getting better in the second.
Yeah, if I'm Pahara right now, I'm just sitting on him. Like, there's nothing to do other than just to make this sniper's life at least a little bit harder so your team can kind of try to play the game. But it will be Joey Lemons on the mid flank going back in. Doesn't commit for the bomb, does go behind instead. And it's an aggressive mid commit from Square. They're going to walk forward, but Jacob, just as aggressive as Decloak, takes down Jax with that backstab, loses life, but he'll take that trade. Some Karma able to walk forward, get the kill onto Pickles. Joey trades his life in the backline for that of Figsy. And now Lenny taken down by Jerry. So Jerry finding some impact, getting that sniper taken down. It will be Arbiter now uncontested on the point, looking for some headshots on the flank, and capture goes in favor of Squirtyay.
Yeah, and well, although point is kind of being contested by blue, and actually they're getting a lot for Ray, just waiting for that Uber. She does pop and seeing what they can get. Right now, it's just great so kiting.
Yeah, they can't even close the distance at all. And now it's going to be an uncontested Uber coming in. Yay, 1 HP, going to burn out, can't get that heal. And Lenny again takes down Ray on the back out with a headshot only angle, backing out towards Cliff. So Lenny doubling up onto Townsy, tripling up onto Jerry, and it's just going back in favor of Team Fun.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Squirtyay. In hindsight's 2020, but I think almost after you lose that Uber, just kind of staying in and making them use their Uber to take point rather than getting passive. So they got passive, and Team Fun pretty much already had the point cap, so they didn't even have to use.
The thing is, it's not a bad trade if your medic doesn't die, because they'll have Uber out on the repush in theory if you can force that Uber out, but they don't even get that. And now Ray's just dead again, just Goombud by Joey Lemons and backstabbed by Demento at the same time. That's just an awful fate I'd wish on nobody.
Well, boy, and we come into another pause, and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's a crash, or maybe Squirtyay just said, like, you know what, we got to talk a little bit about this. We need to
assume they don't lose right here. So
yeah, right.
Hopeful thought.
We gotta Disconnect. All right, so we're getting word that there is a disconnect, which is what happened. But I don't know, maybe you take this time to talk things over. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Maybe you come out on the Kritzkrieg and just try to switch something up. Because here's the thing: like rounds 1 and 2, very close. Round 3, not so much, and then this one is so far been a stomp for round 4. So slowly but surely, it is just continuing to snowball. I don't know. Maybe disconnect is a chance to reset and just say we're trying something completely different.
There's not enough time in the game left for that. They have like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes on the clock to get back on it, and it's a bit too late for the crits because at this point you're running crits into a full Uber. So
That is also very true.
you
Yeah.
need to get that force. And something is that right now we're seeing the combo for Team Fun walk forward onto the enemy cliffside. So when this happens, you're getting dominated, and they just killed Ray essentially in their spawn. So they have all the space to work with is what I'm trying to get at, and they're just gonna walk forward onto it. The only force that Squirtyay have here is this flank side force. Jack, Jerry, and Pickles are full HP on the flank. If they can somehow get in behind onto Casper and force this Uber, that's their avenue back into the round. But if they don't get this Uber force out right now, it's just too much of a hurdle. I can't see them winning the round.
Yeah, and as much as like 2 minutes seems like a long time, I mean, because granted, you only need 3 minutes of cap time. It's that snowball effect. It's the fact that you can continually play these advantages over and over again. And I mean, we're literally seeing it right now. This fourth round, continually, it just seems like there's an opportunity, and Ray goes down and they spawn again, and then Ray goes down. But now we get on pause, and let's see, we're taking a look at the flank, and maybe something can come of it, and they can
Hunter
try to
jumps
force
into the heavy right now. He's just taken low. Will end up getting back out to his team. Jacob dead and traded for Jerry, so both teams missing a key entrance maker class. It is going to be Townsy now walking out of main. Again, this Uber is the big obstacle they have to overcome. Casper going to be standing behind point safely. Whenever they decide to go in, it's going to be a time where they can try to kill Ray once again. They're not even looking Uber aggressively. They're just saying, come to us, come to the point, then we'll Uber on you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much been their gameplay. Oh, Joey comes in for bomb. He's pretty low. Although he's still hanging around as Lenny picks up.
In the meantime, Townsy's not sniped out by Lenny. That's a 5K for Lenny, just taking big class down over and over again. Joey goes around the world and back to his team, so we'll end up staying alive. Same cannot be said for Jerry, and they don't get the Uber out. Time is just rolling off that clock, and they just need something. They need anything for Squirtyay.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing when your sniper is maybe continually picking up like NG frags or something like that, but I mean, there you go. I mean, Lenny finds, well, he just found the engineer, but he found another kill onto Townsy just a second ago, dominating him in this half. So Lenny, I will just have to wait to see the logs, but I think so far he's proving himself to be the MVP of this one. Just headshot after headshot and impactful frag after impactful frag.
And there's the Townsy reconnect coming in. Ray back up to 100% Uber. Townsy likely be rolling out to spawn from that DC any second. So it's going to be time to go if you are Squirtyay. 40 seconds left on the clock. 14 fun to hold to close out the 4-0. So anything that they could do would be helpful. Ray, oh yeah, no, gets backstabbed right before the Uber. No scout in your caught the Uber. It's not looking good. Baharo's dead as well, so no backstab coming through. Solo onto Townsy. He's just getting stuffed. He can't get any damage down. He's trying to get Logan. Gets a pipe onto Logan, but Logan gets flashed, and that Uber was for nothing.
Yeah, just immediately with the regress from Team Fun, just gonna clean up. Yeah,
I think
he's
has 5
Ray
deaths in the round, which is very tragic.
Well, it's kind of the thought about it. Yeah, obviously it's bad when your medic goes down.
And he had another 9K.
Continually, oh gosh.
10K.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're just stat padding now. I mean, you gotta dive on the point if you're. Oh, we're out on the quick fix. Oh, they get the point.
Spawners, so they do have the manpower right now to get the cap back, but they're just dying. That's gonna be it.
Yeah, delaying the inevitable.
That's the 5th or 6th death. The kill streaks right now are insane. Every single player on Team Fun has like a kill streak of at least 2, except for Jacob, Hunter, and Joey.
Jeez, yeah, it just It just fell apart at the end. And I mean, kind of said it too. That first half, Ray went down 6 times compared to 2 for Casper. And, there were close rounds. So you just felt like if they could figure that out, if Ray could stay alive a little bit more, but it's just the issue got compounded in the second half. And unfortunately for Squirtyay, they're not able to chalk up any rounds in this one. So it's a 4-0 for Team Fun.
There's a really interesting phenomenon I've noticed in Highlander after casting this game for so many years, and that's that when there's a matchup between clear favorite and underdog on something like Koth, like a contested Koth map, something that, one isn't overly prepared for compared to the other. The first couple rounds can be close, where we'll see like the underdog team come out with enough DM to kind of win some fights sometimes, decent enough fundamentals where they're able to sometimes win an Uber or get a good kite out and they're able to actually get advantages off it. They might not win those rounds. They might get O2'd, but you'll think, oh, this could be close. And then the second half just, it feels like that, where the favorite team realizes, hey, we know what they're doing. We can just shut them down, and then they do it. And you can say it's because Lenny's getting 10Ks in consecutive rounds. He's 21-2 somehow, so you can just say that, right? Like, that's what happened, but it feels like that just happens a lot, where maybe it's like even something like Team Fun recognized that if you just let Lenny kill everything, he will. Like, Arbiter can't SVS him, apparently, from what we saw from the first half.
No, I'd have to completely agree. I feel like I've cast a number and multiple different like Koth maps and things like that. Not just Prude, but you go back to Product and well, I mean Lakeside, not really that it was played competitively all that much in recent years, but like you go back to like a lot of those maps and yeah, you kind of notice a similar trend of like the overdog, I don't know, the favored team eventually just realizes like, what are we doing, and just like absolutely turns it on. But we've got combined logs. Lenny 39-7 is the score line. I mean, nearly double the amount of frags as Jacob and Logan. So your pick class is going absolutely off, and a lot of that load being carried by your sniper, which in some ways is expected when you're talking Highlander, but this is a different level.
Yeah, and it doesn't show on this log screen, but I saw someone in chat acknowledge it. The heals per minute coming through on gotta scroll down the logs. The heals per minute coming through on Casper right now. The chat says 1720, the log says 1692. Either way, 1700 heals per minute is insane amounts. Granted, you can say it's a 4-round Koth map, and Casper had 0 deaths in that second half, and I think only 2 in the first half, so 2 deaths over the total match, which is about 20 minutes, like a death every 10 minutes. 1700 heals is still crazy.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Actually, well, let's take a look. I mean, Honesty going down 13 times and Sin Karma 13. I mean, it's a big difference from the pocket of Squirtyay. I mean, the amount of death. So it just goes to show, yeah, with Casper staying alive, continually able to put out heals, keep the pocket alive, and I mean it shows up. It's all the little things. I mean, yeah, we could pull out a lot of these stats like over and over, but they all add up. When you're the team that's dominating, your medic's gonna look better. Everything's gonna look better. And just a team right now that looks like they're firing on all cylinders and trying to repeat as champions of RGL in this young season.
Yeah, but we do have some updates from around the league. You might think, wow, this is a 4-0, must be the first match done. Nope, every match is finished. This was the last match done.
Wow.
4-0 for Froggyland, 4-1 for Somebody Help, and 4-0 for Fast Fourth. So uneventful week in almost any regards. Only one losing team was able to take a single round, and I believe that is going to be let's see, against Squirtyay or against Somebody Help, it is Maxwell they got around. Yeah, I know, Dolphin, that's what I said. Dolphin's trying to correct me on my statements.
Wow, yeah, I mean, it is it's a tough pill to swallow, but I guess in a way, if you're thinking of it as a team that maybe you're a fringe playoff team, it's probably for the best that every other team is kind of got rolled a little bit on this, because you do lose ground, obviously, compared to the 4 teams that are going to start rising to the top. But if you're really trying to push your way into that number 4 slot or something like that, it's probably for the best that everyone else got rolled. I'm just, I'm trying to silver lining this
It
a
is,
little
right?
bit for
If you're competing for the mid-table, you want the upper teams to take all the match points. And, a
yeah.
4-0 for Team Fun, a 4-0 for Fast Fourth, that's good for the mid-table teams. Because if you're looking for that third or fourth seed, you want Fast Fourth and Team Fun to get all the match. You want one of them to be 6-1, one to be 7-0 come into the season. That's what you want. And I see
Well,
Ray in chat. If you're still here, that drop to Joey Lemons on stairs was absolutely not your fault. That surf was goaded, but the pack wasn't there, and Joey lived with 1 HP for his rejump. That was just unlucky.
boy. Well, I mean, either way, I mean, chances to rebuild. I mean, I not having obviously watched personally the match from last week. Squirtyay were pretty solid in this one, and seemed like they kind of ran into a buzzsaw. So, commiserations there, opportunities to continue to compete. But I don't know. Team Fun looks scary, and I'm hoping to continue to have opportunities to cast and see how the season unfolds. It's but a 4-0 pretty much across the league on this second week, and we hope to see some additional competition moving forward.
Yeah, and the table at the end of this week is going to look a bit weird because Squirtyay are going to be sitting in dead last with 0 match points. The fact that Maxwell got 1 means that they're going to be above Squirtyay. And Squirtyay not a last place team by any stretch of the imagination. They've had 2 of their hardest matches, probably the 2 hardest matches, start to open up the season. So for Squirtyay, if this happened to you tonight, you're thinking, all right, guys, 5-2. We can run back the season. We can win every other match from here on out. So hopefully they're able to get back on that. I don't know how many more times we're going to be casting them because maybe we normally cast like the mid-table teams more often. I can hear it too. The next time we're going to see Team Fun is against the Fast Fourth match. Other than that, we're not going to see them again until playoffs. So yeah, if we do see them again, it'll likely be against a mid-table opponent. We'll see if they can kind of rebound at that point. But yeah, commiserations once again to them, and congratulations to Team Fun for getting that 2-0 start clean on the season so far. And before we end it off, just another quick reminder. This weekend coming up is the Chuckle Nuts Cup, Saturday and Sunday, June 17th and 18th. No restriction 6s format cup starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, hosted by the Chuckle Nuts YouTuber group. Both new and veteran players are going to be playing in their respective divisions, so there's something for everyone to watch. We'll be casting it on the RGL Twitch channel, so check in for that. Mark it on your calendars. You won't want to miss it.
Absolutely. I'll be booking my ticket. And lastly, too, don't forget to check out the merch. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, a hoodie, something. Support the league, support the players, and support yourself. Walk around and hopefully someone else you'll see someone else wearing a t-shirt. Give yourself a little, give each other a little nod, a little I don't know, a little smile of approval. I don't know. Like I said, we got some cool designs there. Something I think you said it really well earlier. They don't scream gamer. So if you're worried about that, no, we got some nice, really clean designs. So pick something up and, treat yourself. Come on now. It's almost summertime. Get a nice t-shirt to wear.
Yep, and the proceeds do go to supporting the RGL graphics team and the designers. Some of them are the players, Jay, with those 2 designs in the bottom right on your screen. A lot of cool designs here, so if you want to support Team Fortress 2, give them a look at shop.rgl.gg. And that's going to about do it for this week. Very short day in regards to everything. Every match was a 4-0, 1-4-1 coming in. Just, we're done at 10:30 Eastern, normal start 9:30 time. It's Koth, it's a short week, so bit of an easy return for you, Vox Day. Got any last minute shout outs you want to give?
No, just big thanks for having me. Thanks to Dolphin behind the scenes for asking if I was interested in casting. Thanks Zach for casting with me. It was a lot of fun, and always appreciate the teams for putting on a match. Without them, we wouldn't really have anything to watch.
Yep, and that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you all for joining us for this Highlander Monday. We'll be back next Monday for some more Highlander action, and also with the Chuckle Nuts Cup upcoming this weekend. So check back in on the RGL Twitch channel. We'll see you then. Good night.